Hello viewer, welcome back to GB Jumbo Online Mathematics. As you can see today we are going to discuss many things about the types of fraction today. Remember I promised you earlier that in my next video or in my next class we are going to look at the two types of fraction, they can be converted to decimal fraction. For the one of the proper, I told you earlier that it can be written as decimal fraction. Today I will teach you how you can convert them to decimal fraction. The same thing applies to improper fraction. We say the numerator, remember I told you before earlier that the numerator is always what? Greater than the denominator. You can see it there. It says example are all these. I will also teach you how to convert them. How we can convert improper fraction to mixed number and also to what? Decimal fraction. Now I think we can start now. I want you to take time to look at it. I hope you are seeing it. Now we can start now. Let us now look at how we can convert. Let us see how we can convert proper fraction to decimal fraction. And we'll also look at how we can convert improper fraction to mixed number and also to decimal fraction. Now, let us now write proper fraction as a decimal fraction. When we write proper fraction as a decimal fraction, that is the first thing we are looking at now. Let us look at how we can change proper fraction to decimal fraction. For example, like the one example we have on the board there, you can see some of the example we have. Some of the example we have, I hope you can see very well. We're having the first one, which is 1 over 2. How can we convert 1 over 2 to decimal fraction? As we earlier said, how can we convert it? Converting it, we use long division method. Let us write proper fraction. Let us write proper fraction. Let's write proper fraction. Proper fraction as decimal fraction. As decimal fraction. Okay? As decimal fraction. Now, what is the first thing? They will have 1 over 2. Now, to change proper fraction to decimal fraction, we use long division method. In our primary school days, I think we were taught how to change fraction to decimal fraction using long division method. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. Now, to convert this now to decimal fraction, let us see. We are going to use long division method. This one is the numerator. Remember I told you earlier that a fraction like this is proper. The one up is less than the one down. Therefore, the one up can go inside while the one down will come outside. Can two people share one? No. Just look at it. Can two people share one? Two cannot share one. Therefore, we take it as 0. 0 times 2 is 0. If I minus, I think I will be having, there is always a visible minus at this point here. 1 minus 0, I think it's going to be 1. 1 minus 0 is 1 because there is always a visible minus at this point here. 1 minus 0, 1. Now, can two people share 1? You cannot share. You put your points. Leave your point here, and at the end, you have to put a number so that two can share it. Put 0. Please don't put that number. It's only 0 you can put. You can't put 1, you can't put 2. You can only put 0 so that two cannot share it now. Two people sharing 10 is going to be 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Therefore, I told you earlier there is invisible minus at this position, but I will not show the minus. Now, minusing this one now, I think I will have 0, 0. Now, what is now going to be my final solution there? My final solution is therefore, I have 1 over 2 as 0.5. 1 over 2 as 0.5. Therefore, here is a proper fraction. This point here is a proper fraction, while here is a decimal fraction. Remember I told you earlier that integers cannot be represented in decimal form. Integers are number without decimal point. Therefore, this one here is not an integer. 0.5 is a decimal fraction. Therefore, we have converted 1 over 2 to a decimal fraction. This is how we can leave a proper fraction to a decimal fraction. Let us look at another one there. We have it 2 over 5. The next one there is 2 over 5. 2 over 5. Let us see 2 over 5. 2 over 5 can as well be changed. Remember, I said the one up will go inside, while the one down will come outside. Can 5 people share 2, no, you cannot share, only 0. 0 times 5 is 0. When minus 6, we are going to be having 2. Now, put a number so that you can share. Leave your point here. 5 people share 20, it will be 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Therefore, when minus 6, we are going to be having 0. Now, what is going to be the answer here? The answer here is 2 over 5 equal, the answer here is 2 over 5 equals 0.4. Therefore, we have changed 2 over 5 as a proper fraction to decimal fraction. Let us also see other one there. Let us also see other one there. Let us also convert other one. I think we are having one other one there, which is 5 over 8. Let us see how we can convert 5 over 8 to decimal fraction. 5 over 8 to decimal fraction. Remember I told you that 5 go inside, 8 come outside. Now let us see what will happen there. It means that now can 8 people share 5? They cannot share 5. Therefore, it means that it means we can take here, we can take it as 0 since it cannot share. We can take it as 0 meaning it cannot. Therefore, 0 times 5 is 0. Now in minus 6, we are going to be having 5 here. We are going to be having 5 here. Yes, of course. Now looking at this one, okay. I will have to put point here because you cannot share again. You cannot share 5. I have to put point. Now I have to put a number so that you can share. 8 share 50. Now let 8 share 50. When 8 share 50, we are going to be having, I think we are going to be having 6 as, I think we are going to be having 6 because 8 times 6 is 48. 48. And when you minus it, you are going to be having 2. You are going to be having 2. Can 8 people share 2? No. Add a number to it. Only 0 you can add so that you can share. 8 people share 20. I think we are going to be having 8 people share 20. We will be having I think we are going to be having 2. Yes, 2. 2 times this is 16. 16. Let me represent it again. Here was 20. Now 8 people share is 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Now in minus 6, we are going to be having 4. We are going to be having what? 4. We are going to be having 4. 8 people shared 4. Now you cannot. I put 0 so that you can share. 8 people share 40. Now we are going to be having 5. 5 times 8 is 40. Therefore, we have 0, 0. Now we have converted 5 over 8 to a decimal fraction. That is a 0.625. And this is our answer. We have changed now. You can see now we have changed. We have changed a proper fraction to a decimal fraction. Let's also see how we can change improper fraction. Let's also see how we can change improper fraction. I hope you understand this one. I hope you understand it. Coming to this one. Coming to this one. I hope you understand it. I want to clean. I want to clean. I hope I can clean now. I want to change now. Remember, we are now in improper. Let's also see how we can write. We say let write. Remember, I told you also, I said let write proper fractions as decimal fraction. The same thing, let also have to do the same thing to this improper fraction. Let also do the same thing to improper fraction. Now, how can we change this one now? This very one, how can we change it? How can we change it? Let us see how we can change that. Let us see how we can change that. Now, let us see how we can change improper fraction. Improper fraction. Improper fraction. Improper fraction. Having it there, improper fraction. Improper fraction as misnumber. Misnumber because the one we have first here say it can be changed. It can be what? It can be written as a misnumber. That is the first one. Then let us see how we can write improper fraction. Improper fraction as a what? As a misnumber. As a misnumber. As a misnumber. Misnumber. Okay, let us see how we can do that. Now, let us see. The first one there is 9 over 7. Let us see how we can convert it to misnumber. Now, you can see 9 can 7 people share 9. Let us see how we can do this. Let 7 share 9. If 7 share 9, I think it's going to be 1. 1 remaining 2. 2 over 7, I think so. 7 times 2. So 7 times 1, I mean. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2 is 9. Therefore, I just have to change to a mixed number. Now, we can as well change the other one. 7 over 6. 7 over 6. It means that 6 people share is going to be 1. Remaining 1 over 6. 1 over 6. Now, we can also share the other one there. What is the other one? 9 over 8. 9 over 8 can be changed. 8 people share 9 is going to be 1. 1 remaining 1, 1 over 8. Now we can also change 5, and it's going to be what? 2 people will also, that 2 people will also share 5. I think we'll be having 2 shares, it's going to be 2, 1 over 1 over 2. This is how to change improper fractions as a mixed number. We can change it as a mixed number, as well as this is how we write it. Okay, I hope it's okay. I hope you can understand it. Now, I want to see how we can write improper fraction as a decimal fraction. Let us see that. Let us see that. I hope you can see. I hope I can clean this part. I hope I can clean the part. Now, cleaning this one now, we want to change this improper fraction to, let me clean here. Let me clean here. Let us see how we can change improper fraction. Let us see how we can change improper fraction as a decimal fraction. Let us see decimal fractions. Let us see how can we do that. Now, what is the first one there? We're having 9 over 7. 9 over 7, we want to change it to decimal fraction. To do that, what do? We still use long division method. Now, the one inside, remember I told you before, the one up will go inside, while 7 will come outside. Can 7 people share 9? Let us see if 7 people can share 9. Yes, they can share, but there will be a remainder. 7 people sharing 9 is going to be 1 remaining. I think something will be left. Don't bother about the remainder. We're only after the one they share. 1 times 7 is what? 7. Minus, remember I told you, it's invisible minus here, become what? It's going to be 2. Okay, now can 7 people share? No, cannot share. 2 points, and at the end, add 0 to it so that 7 can share. 7 share 20, we are going to be having 2. 2 now times, forget about the remainder, don't bother about the remainder. 7 times 2, we are going to be having 14. And we minus it, we'll be having 6. We'll be having 6. We are going to be having 6. Now, let's put 0 so that 7 can still share. So let's 0 you can put there, so that 7 can share. 7 people share 60 now. I think 7 people share 60. I think we'll be having 8. Yes, they are going to be sharing it 8. If 7 people share 60, they will share it 8. Because 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 7 is what? 56. When you minus it, minus this very one, I think you are going to be having 4. Now, what can we do there when you minus? At the end, what can you do? We add 0 again to it. Let's say people share. If 7 people share 40, I think they are going to be having 5, because 7 times 5 is 35. Therefore, they will be having 5. 5 times this is 35. When you minus it, I think you are going to be having 5 here. Now let's put 0 so that you can share again. 7 people share 50. I think they are going to be having 7 people share 50. They will be having we are going to be having 7, because 7 times 7 is 49. Therefore, here is 49. When you minus, you are going to be having 1. You see, this decimal will not end. It's going to repeat continuously. Therefore, I can end it here. I can stop at this point here. I cannot conclude and say that 9 over 7 is equal 1.2857. We'll just continue. Therefore, this one is a decimal fraction. Okay, let us see now. Let us see this other one there. I think we have other one there. I think we have another one. The other one there is 9 over 7. Let us see how we can change 9 over 7. 9 over 7. 9 over 7. Remember, I told you earlier, the one up will come inside, the one down will come outside. 7 people share. I think 7 people can share 1. Don't bother about the remainder. Now, 1 times 7 is 7. Minus it, we'll be having, I think we are going to be having, when we minus, we are going to be having 2. Now, add 0, okay, cannot share points. When you share, I think it's going to be 2 again. I think it's going to be 2. I think we are correct. Yes, we are very much correct. Now, in this very one, okay, I think we have done this one before. Sorry, I'm repeating the one I did before. I think the other one there is 7 over 6. 7 over 6, please. Sorry for that. I think we have 7 over 6. 6 will go outside, while 7 will go inside. It means that 6 people sharing 7, I think it's going to be 1. Okay, forget about the remainder, times it becomes 6. Okay, minus it becomes 1. Can you share 1? No, 2 points. put a 0 to it, add 0 to it so that 6 can share it. 6 sharing 10 now, I think we are going to be having 1 times 6 is 6 again. And we minus 6, we are going to be having 4. We are going to be having what? 4 there. Now, let us add 0 to it again so that it can share. 6 shares 40. I think when 6 shares 40, I think we are going to be having, 6. Because 6 times 6 is 36. We are going to be having 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Here is going to be 36. Minus 6. With minus 6, we are going to be having 4. Now, let's also add 0 again so that 6 can share. I think we have 6 again. 6 times that, I think it's going to be 36. Okay, if I also minus is 4, meaning I will also put 0 so that 6 can share. Therefore, this fraction will repeat itself. If you share again 6, therefore with times it's going to be what? 36. Therefore, I cannot repeat this. Let me just stop here. I can just say, therefore, 7 over 6 is the same thing as what? 1.1666 to infinity. To what? Infinity. Therefore, a fraction like this, a decimal fraction like this, what we call repeating or recurring decimal. Repeating or recurring decimal. Why for this one here? For this one here, this one is what? Terminating decimal. There are two types of decimal. We have terminating decimal, and we also have repeating decimal. This repeating decimal counts what we call recurring decimal. Whenever you have decimal fractions that repeat itself, it's called repeating or recurring decimal. But if it terminates like this one that repeat differently, this one is called terminating decimal. If you also repeat like this 1.5, it's also terminating decimal. But if you now repeat 5555, it becomes what? Repeating or recurring decimal. Now, which one? I think we still have another example. 9 over 8 is also another example. 9 over what? 8. Let us change 9 over 8. I told you before that 8, now we go inside 8, we come outside. 8 people share 9. 8 people sharing 9. I think we are going to be having a 1. 1 times 8 is 8. Minus 6, we are going to be having 1. Has 0. Okay, cannot. Has 0 so that 8 can share. 8 share it is going to be what? 1. 1 times this is going to be what? 8 minus 6 is going to be 2. Now can't 8 share? No. Has 0. When you share it, it's going to be what? 2. 2 times this 16. Now minus 6, I think it's going to be what? 4. Yes. Now can't 8 share? No. Has 0. Now 8 sharing 40 is going to be 5. Therefore, we have what? 9 over 5. 9 over 8 and me it become 1.125. Therefore, we have 125 there, 1.125. This one is a terminating decimal. Why here is recurring decimal? Why here is terminating decimal? You can see now. Now, this all we can do here. We can see now, as all people have seen, how we can convert improper fraction to what? To decimal fraction. And we also learn how I think we also converted to mixed number. I think at this point, I end the class. Thank you very much. Please try and stay with me for the next class. Thank you.